Varnok 7 was a hub of interstellar medicine, a sprawling medical station orbiting a serene blue planet. The Zyntharians, known for their towering frames and bioluminescent skin, bustled through the corridors, their voices a harmonious blend of clicks and hums. Renowned for their advanced healing techniques, they had little need for outsiders. Yet here stood Dr. Max Harper, a human medical officer, who had just arrived on a diplomatic mission to foster cooperation between species. Max adjusted his jacket, feeling the curious gazes of the Zyntharian medics. He stepped into the main medical bay, where the air hummed with the software of alien machinery. The room was filled with a kaleidoscope of colors, from the vibrant hues of the Zyntharians to the glowing panels of their diagnostic tools. "Ah, the human has arrived," a voice echoed through the bay, dripping with a blend of curiosity and mild condescension. It belonged to Zynthra, a lead medic whose stature was as imposing as her reputation. Her eyes, a striking shade of violet, studied Max with a mix of intrigue and skepticism. "Dr. Harper," she continued, her tone both welcoming and dismissive, "we've heard much about human medicine. Primitive yet inventive, I've been told." Max chuckled, sensing the undercurrent of disbelief. "We do our best with what we've got," he replied, meeting her gaze with a confident smile. "I'm here to learn from you, and hopefully share some of our practices." The Zyntharians exchanged glances, their expressions a tapestry of amusement and doubt. They had never seen a human perform any medical procedures, and their skepticism was palpable. Zynthra gestured for Max to follow her. "Let us show you our facilities. Perhaps you'll find something enlightening." As they walked, Max marveled at the technology around him. The Zyntharians had devices that could regenerate tissue in minutes and diagnose conditions with a mere scan. Yet, despite their advancements, there was a certain rigidity in their approach, a reliance on technology that left little room for improvisation. "Tell me," Dr. Harper, Zynthra inquired, her tone now more inquisitive, "how do humans handle medical emergencies without such tools?" Max paused, considering his words. "We adapt," he said simply. "Our methods might seem basic, but necessity breeds creativity. Sometimes, when technology fails, intuition and experience guide us." Zynthra raised an eyebrow, clearly intrigued but unconvinced. "Interesting. Though I find it hard to believe that intuition can match our precision." They arrived at a viewing gallery overlooking a surgical suite, where a team of Zyntharians was performing a procedure. Max watched intently, noting the seamless coordination and the reliance on their advanced instruments. "You see," Zynthra said, gesturing to the scene below, "our methods ensure perfection. There is little room for error." Max nodded, acknowledging the expertise on display. Yet he couldn't shake the feeling that there was something missing, a human element that embraced the unpredictable nature of life. As they continued the tour, Max felt the weight of expectation. He was here not just as a diplomat but as a representative of human medicine. The Zyntharians' dismissive attitude only fueled his determination to prove that human practices had their own merits. In a quieter moment, away from the bustling corridors, Max turned to Zynthra. "I know you have your doubts," he admitted, "but I believe there's value in sharing our knowledge. We might surprise you." Zynthra regarded him thoughtfully, her condescension softening into a genuine curiosity. "Perhaps," she conceded, "but it will take more than words to convince us." Max smiled, feeling a spark of hope. The cultural divide was vast, but he sensed an opportunity for collaboration. As they returned to the main bay, he knew that the real challenge lay ahead, a chance to showcase the resilience and ingenuity that defined human medicine. The stage was set for a clash of medical philosophies, and Max was ready to embrace the challenge, confident that he could bridge the gap between species with a blend of humor, humility, and human tenacity. The medical bay of Varnok 7 was a symphony of organized chaos when the emergency call came through. A Zyntharian patient had been rushed in, suffering from a rare and baffling condition that left the medics scratching their heads. The patient's skin flickered erratically, and his breathing was shallow, a sight that sent ripples of concern through the staff. Zynthra, visibly perturbed, turned to Max. "Dr. Harper, it seems we have a situation that requires your intuition. Care to demonstrate your human methods?" Max felt a mix of apprehension and excitement. This was his chance to prove the value of human medicine, "I'd be honored," he replied, stepping forward to examine the patient. The Zyntharians gathered around, their skepticism palpable. As Max assessed the patient, he was struck by a sense of familiarity. The symptoms reminded him of a condition he'd seen in octopuses back on Earth, a neurological disorder that disrupted their chromatophores. It was a long shot, but it gave him a starting point. "Zinthra," Max said, turning to the lead medic, "I need you to trust me. I believe I've seen something similar before." Zintra's eyes narrowed, a mix of doubt and curiosity. "And what do you propose, Dr. Harper?" Max took a deep breath, recalling his training and the countless hours spent in unpredictable situations. "I'll need to stimulate the patient's neural pathways manually. It's a technique we use when technology isn't enough." The room fell silent, the Zyntharians exchanging incredulous glances. Manual intervention was unheard of in their practice, a relic of a less advanced time. "Very well," Zinthra conceded, her voice tinged with skepticism. "Proceed, but know that we are monitoring every step." Max nodded, focusing on the task at hand. He prepared a series of electrodes, adapting them to the Zyntharian's unique physiology. His hands moved with practiced precision, a testament to years of experience in the field. As he worked, Max couldn't help but reflect on his journey. He had faced his share of adversity, from underfunded clinics to crisis zones where resources were scarce. Each challenge had taught him the importance of adaptability and the power of human ingenuity. Zinthra watched closely, her initial condescension giving way to a grudging respect. Max's confidence was infectious, and despite her reservations, she found herself rooting for him. "Dr. Harper," she said, breaking the silence, "your methods are unconventional, yet there is a certain logic to them." Max smiled, appreciating the small victory. "Sometimes, logic needs a little creativity," he replied, adjusting the electrodes to match the patient's fluctuating biosignals. With each adjustment, the patient's condition stabilized slightly. The flickering of his skin slowed, and his breathing became more regular. The Zyntharians murmured among themselves, their skepticism slowly eroding. Max's heart raced as he reached a critical juncture. He needed to stimulate a specific neural cluster, one that controlled the patient's autonomic functions. It was a delicate procedure, and failure could be catastrophic. Zinthra leaned in, her curiosity now fully piqued. "What do you see, Dr. Harper?" Max hesitated, his mind racing with possibilities. "The patient's neural pathways are similar to those of cephalopods on Earth. I believe a targeted stimulus might reset the erratic signals." Zintra's eyes widened, a spark of understanding dawning. "You're suggesting a neurological reboot?" "Exactly," Max confirmed, his hands steady as he made the final adjustments. "It's risky, but it might just work." The tension in the room was palpable as Max initiated the procedure. The seconds stretched into an eternity, each heartbeat echoing in the silence. The Zyntharians held their breath, their disbelief now tempered with a flicker of hope. Finally, the patient's skin settled into a steady glow, and his breathing normalized. A collective sigh of relief swept through the room, the Zyntharians exchanging looks of astonishment. Zinthra turned to Max, her expression a mix of admiration and disbelief. "You did it, Dr. Harper. Your methods, they worked." Max exhaled, a wave of relief washing over him. "Sometimes the old ways have their merits," he said, a triumphant smile playing on his lips. Zinthra nodded, her skepticism replaced by genuine respect. "Perhaps there is more to human medicine than we realized." As the Zyntharians began to discuss the implications of the procedure, Max felt a sense of accomplishment. He had not only saved a life but also bridged a cultural divide, proving that even the most advanced species could learn from the ingenuity and resilience of humanity. As the initial relief settled, the medical bay on Varnok 7 buzzed with renewed urgency. The patient, though stabilized, suddenly convulsed, his skin erupting into a chaotic display of colors. Panic rippled through the Zyntharian medics, their calm demeanor cracking under the unexpected turn of events. Max remained composed, his mind racing through possibilities. He recalled a similar case during his residency, where a patient had suffered a post-procedural shock. The solution then had been unconventional, a blend of rapid intervention and adaptive thinking. Everyone, stay calm, Max instructed, his voice steady. I need a sterile environment and access to your neural interface equipment. Zynthra, now visibly anxious, nodded and barked orders to the staff. The room transformed into a hive of activity, the Zyntharians rallying around Max with an unexpected sense of unity. Max worked quickly, his hands moving with precision as he prepared a cocktail of neurostabilizers. He needed to counteract the shock, but the Zyntharian physiology required a careful balance. His mind flashed back to his Earth training, where improvisation had often been the key to survival. Zynthra, I need your help, Max said, turning to the lead medic. I'm going to introduce a human technique, but I'll need your expertise to adapt it to Zyntharian biology. Zynthra hesitated, her pride warring with the urgency of the situation. Finally, she nodded, stepping forward to assist. What do you need me to do? Max explained his plan, detailing a procedure that combined human and Zyntharian methods. It was a gamble, but it was the only option that made sense. We'll use your neural interface to monitor the patient's response in real time, Max continued. I'll administer the stabilizers, and we'll adjust based on the feedback. The Zyntharians watched in tense silence, their skepticism now overshadowed by a growing respect for Max's determination. The room was a blend of human ingenuity and alien technology, a testament to the potential of collaboration. As they worked, Max felt the weight of the moment. His resilience was being tested, and he drew strength from his past experiences, where adversity had always been a catalyst for innovation. Zynthra, now fully engaged, followed Max's lead, her initial doubts giving way to admiration. Your methods are impressive, Dr. Harper, she admitted, her voice tinged with newfound respect. Max smiled, his focus unwavering. We're all learning here, Zynthra, and right now we need to trust each other. The procedure was delicate, each step requiring careful calibration. The patient's condition fluctuated, the neural interface displaying a cascade of data. Max adjusted the stabilizers, his mind attuned to the subtle shifts in the patient's physiology. As the minutes ticked by, the tension in the room mounted. The Zyntharians, once dismissive, now watched with bated breath, their skepticism replaced by a shared hope. Finally, the patient's convulsions subsided, his skin settling into a steady rhythm. The neural interface displayed a stable pattern, signaling a successful intervention. A wave of relief swept through the medical bay, the Zyntharians erupting into a chorus of clicks and hums. Zynthra turned to Max, her eyes reflecting a mix of gratitude and awe. You've done it again, Dr. Harper. Your methods have saved him. Max exhaled, a sense of triumph washing over him. It was a team effort, Zynthra. We combined the best of both worlds. The Zyntharians, once skeptical, now regarded Max with newfound respect. The cultural divide that had once seemed insurmountable had been bridged by a shared commitment to saving lives. As the patient's condition stabilized, Max and Zynthra took a moment to reflect on the unexpected turn of events. The experience had been a powerful reminder of the importance of collaboration and the potential for growth that lay in embracing differences. Dr. Harper, Zynthra said, her voice warm with admiration, you've shown us the value of human medicine. I underestimated your methods, and for that I apologize. Max smiled, feeling a sense of belonging and achievement. No need for apologies, Zynthra. We're all here to learn from each other. The medical bay, once filled with skepticism, now resonated with a sense of camaraderie. The Zyntharians, inspired by Max's resilience and ingenuity, began to discuss the implications of their newfound understanding. As Max looked around, he realized that this was just the beginning. The unexpected turn had not only saved a life, but had also paved the way for a future of shared knowledge and mutual respect between humans and Zyntharians. In the aftermath of the procedure, the medical bay of Varnok 7 was a scene of quiet celebration. The patient's recovery had taken a surprising turn for the better, thanks to Max's innovative method. The room buzzed with a newfound energy, the Zyntharians exchanging animated discussions about the implications of the human approach. Max stood by the patient's bedside, observing the steady rise and fall of his chest. Relief washed over him, the weight of the challenge lifting as the Zyntharians began to acknowledge the success of his intervention. The patient's skin, once a chaotic display, now glowed with a serene luminescence. Zynthra approached, her demeanor transformed from skepticism to genuine admiration. "Dr. Harper, your method has not only stabilized the patient but also revealed aspects of our biology we hadn't understood." Max nodded, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "It seems there's much we can learn from each other. I'm glad I could help." The room filled with a light-hearted exchange as Zynthra openly acknowledged her initial doubts. "I must admit, I didn't expect human medicine to be so effective. You've given us much to think about." Max chuckled, the tension of the past hours giving way to a shared sense of humor. "I suppose we humans have a knack for surprising others. It's part of our charm." The Zyntharians joined in the laughter, their previous skepticism now replaced by a sense of camaraderie. Max felt a warmth spreading through the room, a testament to the power of collaboration and understanding. As the patient continued to recover, an unexpected discovery emerged. The procedure had uncovered a previously unknown aspect of Zyntharian biology, a neural cluster that played a crucial role in their autonomic functions. This revelation opened the door to further scientific collaboration, a prospect that excited both species. Zynthra, now fully invested in the partnership, turned to Max with a newfound respect. "Your methods have not only saved a life but have also expanded our understanding of ourselves. We owe you a great deal, Dr. Harper." Max felt a deep sense of fulfillment, the success of the procedure affirming his belief in the value of human ingenuity. "It's been an honor to work alongside you, Zynthra. I believe this is just the beginning of our journey together." The room resonated with a mix of relief and joy as the Zyntharians celebrated the unexpected outcome. The cultural divide that had once seemed insurmountable had been bridged by a shared commitment to healing and discovery. As the celebrations continued, Max found himself reflecting on the journey that had brought him to Varnok 7. He had arrived as an outsider, a representative of human medicine, in a world that had little need for it. Yet, through determination and adaptability, he had proven the value of his methods and forged a path for future cooperation. Zynthra, sensing Max's introspection, joined him in quiet reflection. "Dr. Harper, you've shown us the strength of human adaptability. I look forward to learning more from you." Max smiled, feeling a sense of belonging and achievement. "And I look forward to learning from you, Zynthra. Together I believe we can achieve great things." The medical bay, once filled with skepticism, now resonated with a sense of unity and hope. The unexpected turn had not only saved a life but had also paved the way for a future of shared knowledge and mutual respect between humans and Zyntharians. As the celebrations wound down, Max felt a renewed sense of purpose. The experience had reinforced his belief in the power of collaboration and the potential for growth that lay in embracing differences. The future was bright, and he was eager to see where the journey would lead. In the days following the procedure, the atmosphere on Varnok 7 was charged with a sense of optimism and curiosity. The unexpected success of Max's intervention had sparked interest in human medical practices, and the Zyntharians were eager to explore the possibilities of collaboration. Max and Zynthra sat in a quiet corner of the medical bay, surrounded by a sea of holographic displays detailing the findings from the recent procedure. The data revealed intricate details about the newly discovered neural cluster, a revelation that promised to enhance the Zyntharians' understanding of their own biology. Dr. Harper, Zynthra began, her tone now one of genuine partnership. "Your methods have opened our eyes to new possibilities. We should consider formalizing an exchange of medical knowledge." Max nodded, the prospect of future collaboration exciting him. "I agree. There's much we can learn from each other. Sharing our techniques could lead to breakthroughs for both our species." As they discussed plans for future exchanges, the conversation flowed easily, the barriers of skepticism and doubt having dissolved into mutual respect. The Zyntharians, once dismissive of human practices, now expressed a keen interest in learning more. "Tell me," Max Zynthra said, using his first name for the first time, "what other human techniques could benefit our understanding of medicine?" Max leaned back, considering the wealth of knowledge that humanity had to offer. "Well, one area we excel in is using natural remedies and unconventional approaches when technology isn't available. It's about thinking outside the box." Zynthra's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "I'd like to hear more about these remedies. Perhaps we can incorporate some of your ideas into our practices." Their conversation was interrupted by a young Zyntharian medic, who approached with a mixture of excitement and hesitation. "Dr. Harper," he began, his voice tinged with awe, "I've been reading about a human remedy involving bee venom. Is it true that humans use it to treat ailments?" Max chuckled, appreciating the genuine interest. "Yes, it's true. Bee venom therapy has been used for conditions like arthritis. It's a bit unconventional, but sometimes nature offers solutions we don't expect." The young medic's eyes widened, a mix of disbelief and admiration. "Fascinating. I'd love to learn more about these natural approaches." Max shared a knowing glance with Zynthra, feeling a sense of camaraderie and hope for the future. The tables had turned, and the Zyntharians' eagerness to learn from human practices marked a significant shift in their relationship. As the day drew to a close, Max and Zynthra continued to discuss the implications of their collaboration. They envisioned a future where knowledge flowed freely between their species, each learning from the other's strengths and perspectives. Max reflected on the journey that had brought him here, recognizing the value in embracing differences and the potential for growth that lay in collaboration. The experience had reinforced his belief in the power of adaptability and resilience, qualities that defined humanity's approach to challenges. Zynthra, now an advocate for human practices, expressed her gratitude. "Max, your presence here has been transformative. You've shown us that there's always room for growth and learning." Max smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "And you've taught me the importance of openness and collaboration. Together we can achieve great things." As they parted ways, a sense of camaraderie and hope filled the air, both parties looking forward to a shared future. The narrative that had begun with skepticism and doubt had evolved into a celebration of mutual respect and understanding, closing the story on a positive note. The medical bay of Varnok 7, once a symbol of division, now stood as a testament to the power of collaboration and the potential for growth that lay in embracing differences. The future was bright, and Max was eager to see where the journey would lead. With the successful collaboration fresh in their minds, Max and Zynthra found themselves at the forefront of a new era of interspecies medical exchange. The once bustling and skeptical corridors of Varnok 7 now buzzed with excitement and curiosity about the potential that lay in combining human and Zyntharian medical practices. The medical bay had become a hub of activity, with Zyntharian medics eagerly engaging in discussions about human techniques. Max had become an unofficial ambassador of human medicine, his every word and demonstration met with keen interest. In a meeting room filled with holographic displays of both Earth and Zyntharian medical data, Max and Zynthra sat across from each other, surrounded by their respective teams. The air was thick with anticipation as they prepared to outline their plans for future collaboration. "Today marks the beginning of a new chapter," Zynthra announced, her voice carrying the weight of their shared achievements. "We have much to gain from each other's knowledge, and I propose we establish a formal program to facilitate this exchange." Max nodded in agreement, feeling a sense of pride and responsibility. "I'm excited about the possibilities. By sharing our techniques, we can push the boundaries of what's possible in medicine." The room erupted into a flurry of ideas and suggestions, with both human and Zyntharian medics proposing areas of focus for their collaboration. Discussions ranged from the potential benefits of integrating natural remedies with advanced technology to exploring new diagnostic tools that could benefit both species. As the conversation continued, Max noticed a shift in the dynamic. The Zyntharians, once dismissive of human practices, were now genuinely eager to learn and incorporate these methods into their own. It was a testament to the power of open-mindedness and the willingness to embrace new ideas. Zynthra leaned over, her eyes alight with enthusiasm. "Max, your approach to medicine has inspired us. We're particularly interested in your use of natural elements and how they can complement our technology." Max smiled, feeling a sense of camaraderie and hope for the future. "I'm glad to hear that. There's so much potential when we combine our strengths." The meeting continued, each discussion building on the last, as they laid the groundwork for a future of shared knowledge and mutual respect. The plans they set in motion promised to enhance the medical capabilities of both species, paving the way for breakthroughs that could change the course of interstellar medicine. As the meeting drew to a close, a young Zyntharian medic approached Max, his eyes filled with curiosity. Dr. Harper, I've been studying your work with herbal remedies. Could you tell me more about how they're used in human medicine? Max chuckled, appreciating the genuine interest. Of course. Herbal remedies have been used for centuries on Earth. They're a testament to the power of nature and the importance of understanding the world around us. The young medic listened intently, his enthusiasm a reflection of the broader shift in attitudes among the Zyntharians. Max felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that his efforts had helped bridge the gap between their species. As the medics dispersed, Max and Zintra lingered in the meeting room, reflecting on the journey that had brought them to this point. The challenges they had faced had only strengthened their resolve, and the future was filled with promise. Max, Zintra said, her tone warm with gratitude, "You've shown us the value of embracing new ideas. I look forward to what we can achieve together." Max nodded, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "And I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn from you, Zintra. Together we can make a real difference." With a sense of camaraderie and hope, both parties looked forward to a shared future, confident in the knowledge that their collaboration would lead to a brighter tomorrow. The narrative that had begun with skepticism and doubt had evolved into a celebration of mutual respect and understanding, closing the story on a positive note. The medical bay of Varnok 7, once a symbol of division, now stood as a testament to the power of collaboration and the potential for growth that lay in embracing differences. The future was bright, and Max was eager to see where the journey would lead.